wishes to I, Chloe. Hope everyone is doing good today. I thought it would be a fun thing to just do like a little video on like 5 Valentine's Day designs that you could do. So that's what we're doing. I already have my nails all dipped out, and I'm just going to be showing you guys 5 different Valentine's designs. So on my thumb, I am doing a rose, and the first rose didn't come out great. The second one came out way better. But for this specific rose that I'm going to be doing, I'm just creating a little like dot in the middle, and I'm just creating lines outside and around that dot like it's going to be blooming outwards. And you'll see when I start doing the second rose what I mean, and that it came out better. It looks all around better. Now, forgive my voice. I'm actually doing this in the morning before my son wakes up. So I also just recently woke up, but I'm trying to get this done. Any of these, I will be sugaring. So you'll see that I'm grabbing my Kara Sky Glitter. I'm not going to go into too much on like what I'm using. Everything will be in the description box as always, but just so I can really tell you all what I'm doing and everything. So you'll see that my thumb is glossy. A few nails I do have already like top coated and everything, and that was because I wanted the 3D art on them, so I went ahead and already top coat them. A couple of them I have not top coat yet, because I wanted the design to be encapsulated. So I am using for this gel. It's the white liner gel, but I just dumped it out so I could use my own brush, and mixed with a little bit of Manny Boss 2-in-1 just so that I could ensure the stick and grip, since it won't be encapsulated with anything. I wanted to make sure that it would stay. So again, I'm just creating lines outwards, just trying to fill in any blank spaces so it's not like bare in any spots, but also I don't necessarily want it to be too even. It's kind of more just like an abstract rose, and I love the way that this one came out, especially if you're looking at it from this angle. It looks like it is just actually blooming, and I love it. So after I pour my glitter over on top, I am curing for a full minute. I just didn't show that part. Yeah. And see, there's our roses. And so you can see what I mean by the second one came out better. I love the way that one came out. It was so good. And also, as long as you aren't sugaring, you can do any of these designs with acrylic paint. You do not need gel. You can do any of them with acrylic paint and then encapsulate with your top coat, and you're good to go. But if you're wanting to sugar like I am and have the 3D effect, then you will need gel, because that's going to ensure everything to stick, and you can't do it without gel. It won't work. So if you're not doing it for the sugaring effect, and you're going to be encapsulating everything with your top coat, you can absolutely do all of these with acrylic paint. And on some of them, I did use just acrylic paint. Now this nail gave me problems, so I'm showing you what my idea behind this nail was. But at the end of the video, I'm going to be showing you a different design on this nail. I took this one off and redid the design, so you'll get to see that. Now, I am just creating, I wanted this negative space there in the middle, and I'm going to be sugaring these two like triangles that I made on my nail around that negative space. My thought in this was I'll do a pink background, a light pink background, and then do pink hearts in the negative space and have white. So that's why I went ahead and did the pink and then filled in with the white on top. But you'll see here that I messed up. I shouldn't have used my dotting tool because it was just a little too big to get into that tight space. So right here on my very first heart, I had some bleeding of the gel go right into the glitter, and it created a mess. I couldn't wipe it off. When I did wipe it off, the pink spread, of course. So it just wasn't a good look. I did go ahead and finish the design just so I could kind of let you guys see like what I had in mind. But I did take it off because it didn't look good. So you can picture it without the pink spreading in the white glitter. That was my idea, to have hearts going down it diagonal in that negative space. And I'll take it off later and redo it. So now I'm going to be using the acrylic paint, and I am going to be doing hearts on my middle finger. And I'm only doing 2, but this is how I made them. I went in with my dotting tool first to create the little points. And then I'm just going to bring it down, and I'll get my nail art brush and fill in more of the brownness of the shape of the heart. Now, for me, I've made my hearts just with liner brushes before, but unless you're trying to do really tiny hearts, I feel like the easiest way is to go ahead and start it with the dotting tool. They just seem to come out a little bit better for me. I don't know. If you have another way that you can get really good hearts, let me know, but this is the only way that I found that they come out like fairly decent. Otherwise, if I'm actually trying to freehand draw the heart, it becomes a whole mess, which you guys will see in a video coming up, what I'm talking about, because I actually did try and freehand hearts, and I think I wiped that heart off like 5 times before I finally got it right. But that's in a later video. Anywho, here's my hearts. These were on the first try. No problems here. So now I'm going to take some black, and before I use the black, I'm actually going to move on to my next nail so that I can let that heart dry, those hearts dry, because I'm going to be layering more paint on top, but you want to make sure that your first layer is completely dry before you layer more paint on top. So on my pinky, I'm taking that black acrylic paint, and I'm just doing little XOs on it. Now, same thing with this one. My first X, I didn't really like the way it looked, but I didn't want to have to take it off and try again because I didn't want to create a mess on my nail and like have black being stuck to my nail. I know if you clean good enough with alcohol and everything, it would be fine, but I just didn't want to chance it. So my second X is better. I just like the way that it looks. It's more dainty. Does that make any sense? In an X being dainty. The second one is more dainty in my opinion, and so that's why I like it better. But that's all that we're doing on our pinky is just some little XOs, and that is it. So I just thought it would be fun to show y'all this because, like, you know, you could take any one of these ideas or designs and do a full mani with it or whatever. So that's why we are doing 5 different designs. Now on my ring finger, we are doing lips. And again, this one I've already top coated because I am going to sugar the lips. And again, if you don't want to be doing sugaring or 3D art, you can 100% do this with acrylic paint. So I am creating like an elongated M and then another little like elongated V connecting the outer edges, and then I'm going to fill it in, and that's going to be the top lip. And then just another like elongated V and like outward V, and then I'm going to be filling in the bottom lip until I get to the like fullness or whatever that I like. Sorry guys, my baby woke up, so that's why this is going to sound a little different probably. Okay, so again, I'm just filling in those lips, creating little elongated M's for the top lip and V's for the bottom lip, and then filling them in. These are by no means the perfect lips. This is actually my second time trying to do lips, so I'm still learning. So maybe take what I say with a grain of salt. And then while they're still wet, I am going and sprinkling my glitter on top and curing for a whole minute. Now you're gonna see this. Do you see? Wiped right off. And this is why you want to cure dark colors for like 2 to 3 minutes, not just a full minute. So it didn't cure all the way through, so I'm gonna have to go back and redraw those lips. But I needed to take a break from that because I was kind of frustrated, and so I'm going to finish my ladybugs. We're with the black acrylic paint again, and I am just filling in making a little round point on the top for the head and drawing a line straight down the middle, and then creating the little polka dots on the sides. And so I'm trying to make them a little bit darker because they were kind of light, those little dots. And I tried to do the little antennas with this brush, but it was too dense at the tip. I didn't like how thick it was coming out and how hard it was, so I switched to my longer brush here to get a more thinner, precise line. So that's what I'm doing for the little antennas. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other heart. I did speed this one up since I already did the first one. So I'm just creating that little rounded shape at the top to fill in the middle of the heart. Drawing a line down the heart. And I'm using my dotting tool for these dots just to get them a little bit better. And I like the way they came out. And then again, using my long striping brush to create the little antennas. And those are our ladybug nails. Now you need to let that paint dry fully. And I did go ahead and do my lips off camera because you guys already seen me do it the first time, and I'm not trying to waste everybody's time. So I went ahead and did those off camera. I top coated my middle finger and pinky while I still had the wet, loose sugar on my ring finger, and I cured them all together. And I cured them for 4 minutes because I was not trying to lose my lips again. I didn't want them to fall off. And so that worked, and they did not go anywhere. Thank God. And now, if you've seen any of my last videos, you'll see that I do this once I clean my brushes, I'll oil them up just so they'll be ready to use the next time around, and they'll be all soft and bristled together. And now I'm going in with this second design that I am doing on this nail since the first one came out like crap. I didn't feel like doing it again. So I'm creating little hearts here right next to each other. I wanted them to be fairly close, And then once I get the hearts the way I like them, I'm going to flash cure. So that way when I do my next color, the colors don't run together and create muddiness. So I am going to flash cure those. And I'm going in with green. And I'm creating little stems. So they're little heart cherries is what I made. And I really do like the way that this came out. It was so pretty. And this one I will be encapsulating. There's no sugaring going on here. So you could technically do this one with acrylic paint as well. You just want to draw your hearts, let them dry for a few minutes, and then go in with your second color so you, again, don't have any like bleeding together of the colors. And so now I'm going to do the same thing. I wanted to try it with the first one first, otherwise I would have done all my hearts together, but I liked the way it looked and I felt like it needed more at the top, so that's what I'm doing. I flash cured my hearts, and now I'm creating little stems, and I'm going to cure it for a full minute. And I top coated off camera, and this is the mani. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you like this mani. Catch you on the next one. Bye, fishes.